Hello everyone, and welcome to my New Year's video. In this video I'm going to be talking about some changes I'm going to be making on this channel, and in my personal life, and for Twitch as well, over the next year. Now, I'm going to actually be holding myself a lot better this year, I'm hoping. This last year, 2023, was a really shit year for me overall. I had a lot of problems I had to deal with. I had a lot of stuff just overall, and I feel like it was probably the worst year I've had in a long time. And I don't want to have another year like that. I don't want to not do the things I don't want to do. So I'm working to do a lot better this year. And with that, I'm going to make some promises that I am going to do my damnedest to hold. I'm going to make some goals that I want to try and get to, and just overall tell you what's going to be going on and what are some things you may expect to see in the future. So, without further ado, why don't we get into it? Let's first start with the side that you guys may actually see the least, but will still see some of, my personal side. After I'm done recording this, I am going to be setting up an Instagram account. You'll be able to find pictures of stuff there in short little posts that I'll end up doing or whatnot, as well as being more active on social media. Probably posting more just specifically on Twitter as well. That stuff, obviously, you guys are going to see more of, but it's going to be the stuff that goes along with that you're probably going to hear a lot of. I am starting a couple of personal delves to help better myself. And one of those is I'm actually going to be working on working out again. This has been something over this last year I really wanted to get into, but the right time just didn't come. I was never really feeling up to it, and I just couldn't push myself into doing it. Currently, we are purchasing a couple bits of gear I'm going to need for what I'm going to be doing for working out. It's literally just three things, basically. But once they're purchased, I can fully get into working out. I'm probably going to start up with a couple of things here and a couple of things there before this, so not everything's going to be there fully. But I am going to be working on working out. I'm actually going to see if today I might be able to get down there with my dad, because we have workout gear in my basement, and just have him show me how to use some stuff properly or whatnot, and just be sure that I'm doing everything correctly. Because I plan on doing that in about, after this video probably. So you are going to see me start to go through that. And because I'm going to be posting about it more on social media, I'm kind of going to be like showing you guys that I'm actually doing something, you know. So I'm going to be working out, and that's going to be a good thing. And I'm hoping I can get just healthier and better shape, and it also should, in theory, help me maybe eat a bit healthier as well. I don't always have the healthiest diet, so I'm hoping that in working out, I'm also going to push myself to eat healthier as well. Overall, just making me a lot healthier. Next, I'm going to be working on getting my driver's license. You guys really won't really care for that much, but I'm already 20 years old now at this point. I turned 20 just last week, and I haven't actually learned to drive yet. So I want to work on that. I want to actually learn to drive, so I can get a driver's license and I can go places, so I don't have to always have to wait for someone to take me, basically. If I want to go somewhere, I can be like, man, I want to go there. And drive there. That'd be great. I'm happy with that. I want to be able to do that. Because I got things in my life that I'm going to want to do, and I'm not always going to be able to wait for someone else to take me there. I'm not always going to have to pay for someone else to have to take me there. So I might as well learn to drive, so at least when applicable, I can go there myself. So yeah, I will be learning to drive this year. These are just a couple of the personal things I'm pushing myself for. I'm going to be trying to integrate a couple more things as well to just genuinely be better and healthier things for me to do, like going for walks more often. I was somewhat inconsistent about walking for quite a bit this year. I want to try and get into a bit of a thing. I'm probably going to be doing it not super like duper often because I'm also going to be working out or whatnot, but I'm still going to work it in pretty often if I can. I'm just probably not going to be like everyday walks, but I might do them most days of the week. I haven't really figured that out just yet. As well as just some other healthier habits I want to get myself into, like cleaning up my room more often, and just stuff. I want to get myself into a lot of a better spot this year, and I want to overall just be healthier this year. So that's a lot of my personal goals already that are going to be less affecting you guys. You guys are going to see some of this, but a lot of this is really just personal. I want to get to this point stuff. So this stuff really doesn't deal much with content. You know, you might see this stuff pop up in the content you guys see from me every now, every then, but it's not specifically going to be something that I'm like making for content's purposes. This is personal stuff that I'm trying to do to better myself. With that aside, why don't we actually get into what you guys should expect from content in the next year of Nathan Nightmare. So on the Twitch side, I am probably going to be trying to bring back Dead by Daylight. Is it going to be a game that I'm streaming 2 days a week even? No, it's probably going to be a 1 day a week thing at absolute most. When it comes to YouTube, I want to announce a couple of things that are going to be happening. For starters, I'm going to be pushing myself for 1 video a week, and I'm going to try and, I don't want anything to stop me. For too often, I've let excuses kind of just take over and, you know, let myself just not get stuff done. I would lean on them and go, yeah, well, this is frustrating me, and because of that, I'm just not going to do this instead of really working towards changing it or forcing myself to deal with the problem. I just kind of let it sit there. I need to get a better editing software, but even if I don't currently get one by the time, by the end of this, like, next week, basically, I'm going to have a video up. I don't fucking care. I don't care if it's not even the best thing I've ever made. I want something. Because far too often, I sit down, I record, and then the recordings sit there, never touched, never edited. I don't do anything with them. And then my excuse is, oh, well, I'm having difficulty with my editing software. Which is, it's true, I am. But I don't fix the problem. Instead, it just sits there festering, and I keep letting that stop me. I can't let that happen. Otherwise, I'm not putting out content. So, expect a video a week. It might not be a great video. It might not even be a video that you want, or even I really want. But expect a video out every week. And I want to go for at least 4 months. But I want to try and maybe work in a couple more videos, not planned in any specific week, but maybe worked on editing throughout the month that are going to go out at some point in time. I'm starting a new series, which is going to be a monthly vlog video. I don't know what it's going to be called at all. I'm thinking I might just call it monthly vlogs. But it is going to be this kind of culmination of an entire month's lot of recordings. Sit down, record shorter bits, maybe going into stuff I'm doing at that moment and go, hey, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Maybe if I have something I want to talk about, I sit down with the camera, talk about that bit, maybe go for a walk. It's going to incorporate bits and pieces of my life over an entire month, but overall they're going to be shorter bits than weekly walks had, even though there's going to be more of. It should be easier to edit them and get them kind of mixed together. Now, I am going to say that this is not going to be a series that's going to perform super well. It's probably not going to be into a lot of you guys' vein because it's vlog stuff. It's going to be me talking about shit, random shit. And you know what? Maybe you don't want to tune into my content for that. And I'm fully understanding that, and I'm still going to put it out at the end of the day. I want to have this as a series so that those who do care, those who do want it, can kind of look into my daily, life, the things going on. They can hear a bit more from me, and it means I can be more clear with you guys, really keep up with what's going on with me, be able to tell you guys stuff that's going on that I might just not drop during a stream or whatnot, or really talk about much. I might mention it on the video. So, if you want to know more about me, it's a series you might want to look into watching when it comes out. But I am actually starting that series fully. God, this squeaky chair. So that series is going to be something that I'm going to try and have be coming out at some point in time in basically the second month, you're not really going to see one in the first month. The reasoning why is it's going to be a culmination of the first month. Once that's edited and put out, it's going to be put out sometime in the second month. So don't expect one of these in January. The earliest you will see one is February. I don't make the rules. Actually, I do make the rules. That one was from me. Because otherwise, I don't have anything put out in January. Nothing. But I'll try and get it out early February. Will I get it out early February? No promises. This is a series that I want to get out, but I don't know if I'm always going to get it out in time. Next up, when it comes to videos, I'm going to try at least one video per month. It's always going to be me doing something with my dad. We kind of record, well, we're going to be recording basically on Fridays a couple of times out of the month, and I'm going to take those, I'm going to edit them down and turn them into about as many videos as they can make. This will probably mean I'm going to end up having a backlog that is going to be strictly stuff that is with my dad, and that may happen, and if so, you know, cool. And I'll make sure to put things out in order. But I do want that to be a series that's happening, is stuff that I'm doing with my dad. We're probably going to have like a game or two that we're going to do stuff in, so there might be a couple of series going on at once. And you will probably have to wait a while if there's one you really like. But overall, there's going to be stuff with my dad that is coming out onto the channel. And speaking of other things that's going on, I don't know if that's going to take up its weekly slot or if I'm going to have that be its own separate thing on a once per month basis. I don't add too much in because the thing is I am trying to go for one video a week. However, if I want to add in an extra video or two that I try and work on throughout the entire month, I'm hoping maybe I can average a little more than just a video a week starting out, but I don't want to make that promise and not deliver. So you guys will see on that. The only one that is definitely exempt is the monthly vlogs. That one is its own thing. That one is its own thing, and that I promise. You're also going to see more gameplay videos. On topic of if stream stuff is ever really making it into videos, no. At this point in time, I'm streaming on YouTube as well as Twitch. YouTube keeps the VODs up. If there is a game that you want to see me cover and I stream it, you can watch the VODs. Take your time if you really want watching me go through it. But I'm not going to take the time out of my time to basically regurgitate content you guys have already seen in my Twitch streams as a video. That's up on YouTube. That's up on Twitch. You want to watch it? It's there to you. You can take all the time you need to watch it if you really want to. I know it might not be the best for me, and that's fine. I don't really care at the end of the day. It's going to be a lot of work for me to take the like 3, 4, sometimes longer hour recordings and try and put these down into videos. It's really a lot on me. It's a lot to try and figure out how to do it. And I would never get recorded content out because I stream way more often than I upload a video. I aim to stream at least 4 times a week. I'm actually trying to do this more. I'm going to see if I can work maybe in some earlier streams on Mondays. If I can on Mondays. But there's no guarantee. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, the reasoning why right now, I don't know what I can guarantee, and I may have to call these basically content-free days. When it comes to it, I might work in video editing and stuff and like have these be editing days, but I need time for me. I can't dedicate my entire life to content, especially because right now it's not exactly terribly profitable. So I would be putting so much of myself, my life, my energy, my own profits that I'm making, which aren't much, into something that wouldn't be giving it back. I need to focus on me to keep myself sane, to keep myself able to keep up with the things I want to keep up with. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are more or less going to be content free. You might see me upload a video on those, but you're not going to see me stream. I think I can almost guarantee it. Which makes you wonder, why have I cut down stream time then? Because I wanted to stream more like every day if I could. Well, currently my sleep schedule is what's really stopping me on this whole content-free thing or whatnot. But also on Mondays and Fridays, I spend time with my dad. And on Fridays, I am recording with my dad, at least sometimes. Other times, we're just getting time in because I need to get time in with my fucking parents. So I'm actually spending time with them. And on Wednesdays, it's time with my mom. These are times I'm really getting out to family, and I really only spend time with them on these days. I don't get a lot of chance for spending a lot of time with my family because we all kind of live very separate lives at this point. We all three have our own work that we need to get done in some way or another. So it's a bit difficult to get time between the three of us already. That's very difficult in order to actually achieve. And because of this, it can be really difficult sometimes to actually spend time with them. In the past, I've gone weeks barely even seeing some of them because I also have a very different sleep schedule. And like the only time we'd ever really maybe come together was watching an episode of something where we ate dinner. And that might be the only time I see one or maybe even both of them because sometimes I will spend the entire day up here basically. So I need these days in to be able to spend time with my family. And after that, I'm taking time towards me so I can do my things, so I can focus a bit more on myself and my mental health and stuff. So Mondays, Friend Days, and what? Mondays, Friend Days, and why is it what? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are really being taken as me days to spend time with family and for myself. While still trying to get some editing done on these days and try and maybe upload some stuff overall on these days, more often than not, work's going to get done on them. They're going to be content free for content you guys are immediately seeing for the most part. No streams. However, doing 3 to 4 hour streams has actually been a lot better for me personally. I found that super long streams just didn't always work quite the same. I originally, when I started streaming, I was thinking if I could just dedicate a certain amount of hours to it, right? If I'd just be like 6 hours, this many times, I'm really going to be doing well. It should be drawing in people. But the thing is, not everyone always wants to be able to sit in. Not everyone can sit in for a 6 hour long stream. Not everyone can dedicate 6 hours of their life for you. Cutting that down a bit, I think has actually helped a bit in my viewership. In general, I'd note that viewership always comes in spikes. However, I think it's usually a bit more consistent for 3 to 4 hours than the 6 hours, because some people are actually just able to be there for the entire thing as only opposed to part of it. So I think in general, splitting it up like I have done into 3 to 4 hours, I think it's just a healthier change. I honestly feel a bit better after making this change as well. I feel less stressed. I feel like I really have to push the amount of time I have to stream sometimes. I stream further if I want to, but it's nice to be going, man, I'm getting a bit exhausted. We're 4 hours into stream. That's a good stream. I'm cutting it there. I don't feel like I'm actually cutting you guys out on anything. It actually feels like more of a bonus when you guys get the longer streams if you guys want them even. So I actually really like what I've done with that. I think it's worked out well. That it's been like that, and I am kind of happy with the 3 to 4 hours. Especially if I'm starting to work on getting videos out more often, I feel like you guys are still going to get a pretty good content flow. Now, yes, this does mean that overall, I'm talking about streaming on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And one video a week means that there's 2 days out of that week where there's no content from me. I hope to eventually change that. There's a reason I've also left a couple of days where I'm not streaming. I want to be able to grow into uploading a couple of videos per week if I can. And this would be able to maybe lead to some better things in the future. I'm leaving those windows open now to grow into it, instead of having to change my schedule. Instead of having to be like, well, I can't stream on this day anymore because I want to get another video out. I'm doing this instead. So now, I'm leaving a couple of days in that I'll grow into over time. What I want to do now is focus on getting one video out a week. That's something I want you guys to hold me to as much as you can. If you don't see a video for a week, go, hey, where's our video, boy? Boy. Where is it? You know, not specifically exact like that, but you get my point. I want you guys to, sometimes, ask. Maybe something's going on. Maybe there's a good reason I have for not putting out a video. I'll try and announce, actually, if I'm not putting out a video in a week for any reasoning. If it's like, hey, this is going to be an extremely busy week. This, that, and the other's going on. I don't know if I have the time for this. I just want to get better at communicating with you guys. That is another goal. So here, I'm going to actually get into my proper New Year, new me, blah, 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 New Year goals, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Whatever you want to say about them. These are the goals I want to set for this year. First and foremost, be more active on social media. On Twitter and Instagram, I want you guys to be able to go there and see a bit more of me, maybe even a bit more in the Discord, more announcements when a stream is coming, or not coming, I should say, stuff like this. Be more active and be more communicative with you guys. I don't always do that a lot. I'll forget to a lot of the time and don't say shit. Kind of feel bad about that. So, I want to be better. Also, speaking of, we got a cat. Come here. Oh my god, this is fucking. Hold on. Okay, let's hold on. Okay. Ugh. Look at the kitty. Kitty. So, I want to be, actually talking with you guys more and just better at that in general. Next thing on my list of things I want to do is actually be a lot better and more consistent with content. I want to be streaming more often, and I want to be uploading more often. I want to get it into those set schedules and get it done. 1 video a week is my current goal. If I can keep that up, even if I can't push any of my further goals throughout the year, I'll be happy. I will actually be happy with that. For Twitch streaming, I want to stream at least 4 times. That's all I'm going to promise. 4 times a week. I don't know if I'm going to stream more than that. There might be times where I stream randomly, fun little streams like Fridays. Maybe you'll see me just stream. There are times you may see me stream, and it will just happen. And they won't be attached to those previous 4 streams. And there will be weeks where I will stream less than 3 because I need to take a day off. However, that's just going to happen. However, as much as I can, I want to keep to 4 streams every week. I want to keep myself consistent. So, 4 streams a week, 1 video a week, be more active, both social media and even in my own personal life, being more active physically. These are some of the big things I've set for myself in this next year. Now, is this everything? No. I have some things that I don't know. You know what? I'm going to announce something I'm working on. I'm going to give you guys a bit of something to chew on. Because this year also is marking a new year for me in one other way. I'm working on my first official cosplay. I don't think I've really announced much of anything about this officially yet. But I'm going to announce it here and now. No promises, no guarantees. And let me tell you why. I'm already in basically the early stages of looking into how I need to do this, what I need for this, what it takes for this cosplay. Finances are going to be the hardest part, most likely. I could probably find everything I need relatively quickly, get all the information I need relatively quickly. The financing behind this is going to be the most difficult. I'm going to try to purchase everything I can, get everything set up, and be prepared by Halloween of this year to cosplay. But there's no guarantee I will get the money to be able to finance this cosplay. It's going to be expensive because I'm doing it in a high quality. So I'm purchasing higher quality stuff, which just takes more money because I want this cosplay to look right. Especially for my first run into cosplay, I'm not slacking. But it is time to officially announce that my first cosplay will be of Leon S. Kennedy from Resident Evil 2. Specifically, I'll be drawing from the Resident Evil 2 remake. That is going to be my first cosplay, and if I'm successful, by the end of this year, well, not by the end of this year, by October, by Halloween, I'll be ready to show off how this cosplay looks. Now, depending on how things go, you might see some mentions of this in my vlog series. You might see me do some stuff on stream. I might One other thing I'm going to announce is I might do some weird random breakout streams that are completely different from the entirety of content I normally do. I usually do gaming content. That is almost always what I do. However, there's other things I might do stream-wise, video-wise, that might be a little different. I'm considering a couple of different things right now, and I'm not announcing any of this because there's no guarantees, and I want this to be more interesting and surprising for you guys when it comes. But we might have some more interesting live streams that happen over the year. If they do, you guys will see. If they don't, it just didn't work out this year. I wasn't able to get them set up the way I would want to. And that's going to be a big part of it. It's why I don't want to say anything. So, without further ado, you guys can chew on that for a bit. I will be cosplaying as Leon S. Kennedy within the coming years, no matter what. So once I get the option to be able to finance things fully, I'll be putting the money into it. I'll be buying stuff here and there whenever I can to get things about as set up as I can beforehand. So, yeah. That's going to be the last thing I leave you guys with. See you guys next week. Thank you guys so much. I'll be editing this after I'm done with workout stuff, I guess. I don't know if I'll be doing like an actual proper workout today or just figuring stuff out or learning stuff or whatnot. But thank you guys so much. See you guys in the next year. Goodbye.